Karibu kwenye chaneli ya Dr. Mlelwa Lectures. Tunafundisha masomo ya sayansi, yani biology, kemia, physics pamoja na mathematics kwa syllabus ya Tanzania kwa level za O-level pamoja na advance. Usisahau kusubscribe na kubonyeza alama ya kengele ili uweze kupewa taarifa kwa kila video ambayo tutakuwa tunarusha. Lakini pia waweza kupata notes pamoja na maswali au kafanya discussion na wanafunzi wenzako kwenye grupu la Dr. Mlelwa Students. Bonyeza show more kwenye sehemu ya comment na utaziona linki za magrupu ambazo utafungua na Telegram. Kama unatumia kompyuta utafungua na Telegram desktop au utafungua na Telegram application kwa simu yako. Ukitaka kupata masomo mengine yaliyofundishwa, bonyeza icon ya kwenye channel, alafu itatafuta. Baada ya hapo nenda kwenye playlist, itakuletea topiki. Utachagua topiki unayotaka kusoma na utaanza kuangalia video bure kabisa. Nikutakie kipindi chema. Welcome back friends. This is the continuation of our coordination topic and this is session 56. So we are continuing with our topic, and in the previous session we discussed about the adrenal cortex disorders and the adrenal medulla. In this session we are going to continue with the pancreas. Kwa hiyo pancreas, I know most of you will know pancreas. Tushasoma primary school, secondary school, and then in advance you are seeing again pancreas. However, there are some of the concepts which are added here, so be careful. Sio tu ukiona pancreas you are knowing just pancreas of O-level, just pancreas. No, just be careful, then learn what we are learning or what we are discussing. It will be very easier for you to know what is important in this session. So first, what we are saying that the pancreas has both endocrine and exocrine functions. Kama to discuss kule mwanzoni kwamba pancreas yenyewe inafanya kazi zote. Endocrine inatengeneza insulin pamoja na glucagon, and exocrine it produce the pancreatic juice. Now what we are saying ni kwamba the back of the gland is made up of the cells which surround the numerous branches of pancreatic duct. Each duct is surrounded by a ring of cells called the acinas. The acinas are exocrine cells secreting the enzymes of the pancreatic juice into the pancreatic duct. Hizo tunaacha nazo, hatuna haja nazo sana. Tunahaja na endocrine cells. The endocrine cells of the pancreas are called the isolate of Langerhans. And they contain a small number of large cells known as alpha cell, and many small cells known as beta cell, and blood capillaries. So we have a small number of large cell, alpha cell, then you have large number or many small cell called the beta cell. All of these, they are types of Langerhans cell. So I don't want to discuss more about the isolate of Langerhans because this name was given. Langerhans was the one who did the experiment and he knew that there are some kind of cells, and he knew that they are different two categories, alpha and beta. That's why they are called the alpha and beta cells of isolate of Langerhans. But maybe another time we can discuss them in detail more. So we want to see about the hormones of pancreas. Pancreas, it is now known that the isolate of Langerhans secrete two hormones, insulin and the glucagon. Both are proteins. Insulin is secreted by the beta cells and the glucagon by the alpha cell. These two hormones have antagonistic effect on the glucose level in the blood, kama ambavyo tumesema mara nyingi kule nyuma. Now starting with insulin is a small protein composed of 51 amino acids. It is released in response to a rise in the blood glucose level above 90 mg per 100 cm³ of blood. It is carried in the blood plasma, bound to the beta globulin, and has an important effect on every organ of the body, although its main effect is on the liver and the muscles. Receptor sites on the cell surface membrane bind insulin, and this reaction leads to the change in both cell permeability and the activity of the enzymes system within the cell, the overall effect being to reduce the blood glucose level. Kwa kilichopo ni kwamba insulin inafanya kazi kwenye many body tissues. lakini more especially effect yake iko more pronounced kwenye liver na muscles, kwenye liver pamoja na nini na muscles. Lakini tumeshakwambia kwamba insulin, kule mwanzo nilikwambia insulin is one among the hormone which tend to have the membrane receptor. Kwa kama ina membrane receptor, ile insulin kisha bind tu kwenye membrane, what follows in alter the permeability of the membrane. So here we have some of the mechanisms on how the insulin works, and this question is preferred by many teachers, how insulin tend to regulate the blood sugar, or how insulin tend to decrease the blood glucose level. So it uses different mechanisms. First, increase the rate of conversion of glucose to glycogen, called glycogenesis, mainly in liver and muscles. This is known. Hii hapa hata ulivyokuwa unasoma O-level ulikuwa unaifahamu. Lakini hizo mechanism nyingine, they are somehow as if they are not present, but these are written in the biological science book with the year. The second mechanism, it increase the rate of uptake of glucose by cells, especially skeletal muscles. Kama nilivyokuambia kwamba insulin can alter the permeability of cells to glucose, and by altering the permeability can allow the cells to take more glucose, and hence at the end of the day we are ending up with the low concentration of glucose in the blood. Then increase in the use of glucose rather than other substances such as fatty as the source of energy for respiration. So insulin inachokifanya ni kwamba inatumia sana glucose kuliko vitu vingine. Yani inatengeneza hiyo mechanism ambayo glucose inatumika sana kuliko fat au protein for cell respiration. Kwa kule kutumia sana glucose will lead to the decrease in the blood concentration of sugar. Then increase in the conversion of glucose into fatty acids and fats and fatty deposition. Kwa tuna convert glucose kwenda kwenye fatty acids. Alafu mechanism inayofuata, increase in the rate of uptake of amino acids into cell and the rate of protein synthesis. Kwa maana yake kinachofanyika ni kwamba glucose is converted into amino acids, and hizo amino acids zinakuwa taken up into the cell, and then the amino acids they are used in the process of protein synthesis. Kwa maana yake that will decrease the concentration of amino acid, and thus will lead to the equilibrium ambayo inakuwa ina form amino acid, the end product of reaction, to go forward more. Kwa na maanisha kwamba more amino acid will be formed and the concentration of glucose will decrease. The last mechanism is decrease in the production of glucose, which is gluconeogenesis. So we decrease the production of glucose from other compounds such as fat and protein. Kwa kama unaweza kuona kwamba mechanism they are many, of course, sio kama zile tu ambazo tumeshazifahamu kwa O-level. Mechanisms they are many, and knowing these mechanisms is very important, kwa sababu nilikwambia this is one among the question ambayo walimu wanauliza direct. And about the regulation of insulin production. Insulin production is regulated by negative feedback mechanism. A rise in blood sugar is detected by the beta cells in the pancreas, which in response produce more insulin. As insulin level rise, glucose is removed from the blood by the methods described, and the blood glucose level gets lower, the beta cells reduce output of insulin. Kwa hiyo kama blood glucose level itaongezeka, manake pancreas itakuwa stimulated, ita release more insulin, na kama blood glucose level itashuka, manake pancreas, beta cells of the pancreas itapewa taarifa kwamba zi decrease production of insulin. Insulin secretion is vital to life since it is the only hormone which lowers the blood glucose level. A deficient in insulin production leads to the metabolic disease known as diabetes mellitus, in which the blood glucose reaches such a level that exceeds that which the kidney can reabsorb, and so it is excreted in urine, condition known as glycosuria. So sometimes what among the method of diagnosing diabetes mellitus, they use urine. So they measure the concentration of glucose in urine, and if the concentration of glucose in urine is high, they know the condition of glycosuria is one among the clinical presentation of the patient with the diabetes mellitus. We have two types of diabetes mellitus. We have the type 1 and type 2 diabetes. We have insulin dependent and insulin independent. When we are saying insulin dependent, hiyo ndio ambayo tunaizungumzia hapo kwamba body inakuwa imefeli kutengeneza insulin. So that is insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. And you have the insulin independent, that means body inaweza kama imetengeneza insulin lakini receptors of insulin zimeshindwa kuipokea. So insulin inaweza kama imelack receptors au zile receptors zimebecome insensitive to that insulin. So insulin is there but it cannot perform its function because it doesn't have receptors. That is what we call the insulin independent diabetes mellitus. We will study later in detail when you will be interested in medicine. You will study in detail about the type 1 and type 2 diabetes. How are they presenting in the clinical and the management. Also some of the effect of insulin deficiency and excess. Deficiency will lead to high blood glucose level, hyperglycemia, breakdown of muscle tissue, loss of weight and tiredness. That is deficiency of insulin. And excess will lead to low blood glucose level, that is hypoglycemia. Then will lead to hunger, utakuwa na njaa muda mwingi unataka kula. Then sweating, then irritability, yani utakuwa na sense sana, and double vision. So hiyo ni some to the effect of the deficiency and excess of the insulin. Now let's go to glucagon. Glucagon is the protein composed of 29 amino acids and is released along with the several other hormones in response to a fall in blood glucose level below normal. So if the blood glucose level is falling below normal, glucagon is released. This is usually a result of increase in metabolic demand. For example, the result of exercise. The rules of glucagon, it is rules to increase blood glucose level. Its main target in the liver. Target kubwa ni kwenye liver. So glucagon stimulates the conversion of glucose into of glycogen into glucose. That is glucogenolysis. And stimulates breakdown of protein and fat to glucose and the conversion of lactic acid to glucose, a process known as gluconeogenesis. So glucogenolysis means glycogenolysis means glycogen lysis. We are breaking down glycogen into glucose, glycogen lysis. And gluconeogenesis means production of glucose from foraging materials, as I told you before. Now this marks the end of endocrine system in animals. Kama nilivyokuambia kwamba we have many hormones and we can't discuss them all here. Some of them they are discussed in their respective topic. For example, when you are talking of estrogen, testosterone and luteinizing hormone and many hormones like those, they are discussed in reproduction. Some of the hormone will be discussed. For example, aldosterone, we have studied it here, but it is just partial. We'll study it in detail on homeostasis. How does it lead to the osmoregulation and balance of sodium? How is aldosterone involved in the balance of sodium? So we will study other hormone in detail on their respective topic, but what you need to know is that you need to cover everything. Ninachomaanisha ni kwamba kikubwa ambacho mwanafunzi anatakiwa awe nacho ni kucover kila kitu. That means kama ni hormone haujafundishwa kwenye endocrinology, huyo mwalimu lazima make sure kwamba anakufundisha kwenye respective topic. Na ndio maana kwa mimi my notes in endocrinology they have not covered the part of hormones, but I know that my notes in other topics they have covered those hormones. So some teachers they will include other hormones here, such as reproductive hormones, estrogen and things like that, but don't worry, for me you will study them in other topics. Lakini pia kuna other glands ambazo they are not so much important and for your level hamzisomi sana, such as pineal gland inayosema na control sleeping, pineal gland and melatonin, how it is producing melatonin, how it controls sleep. They are not so much important to you because even they are out of your syllabus. So some of the things I'm writing, they are out of syllabus, but I'm just teaching for your competence. So not everything which is out of syllabus is suitable for you. Some of them will make you just only confused and will lead you to see just biology, the very tough subject, compared to its reality as it is. So in the next session we will start the coordination in the plant, and we will start discussing with the plant movement, and then later we will move to phyto hormones. Don't forget to share the video, to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so as to get notification every time when I'm uploading video on biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics. Thank you everybody. I wish you nice studies.